Hello and welcome to the next episode of this series, which is all about this Lego room and of course my life. Now we are in a mini series currently. This is part 3 of the mini series. The first 2 uploads were very long, but we will play catch up now. Basically, this did not look anything like this at the start of the last uploads. We have put all of the townhouses in, which I think looks rather effective. Then we put the Doctor Strange thing behind it. We've added in this road plate coming all the way down. I do need to change it. Potentially, I might keep it half and half, or I will just change it to yellow, obviously for more the New York feel. And then through, we've got this nice little walkway. As it wraps around, we're then going to make a diorama in front of the Avengers Tower. The loop coaster didn't move. That was actually one of the only things that did not move in the last upload. We will be making a Punisher sort of Daredevil display here. We'll do a Spidey display on there. We'll put some Easter eggs around the diner. Then we're going to have some sort of diorama on the rooftop or around the Ghostbuster Firehouse. And then we have got the D&D set. And I have just put this little set here for now. But we will be, in this upload, adding in all the stuff that is missing. So over on here, it's just stuff. So that stuff is like your taxis, the bits and pieces from the D&D. We've got the other bit from the Spider-Man set. We've got the Quinjet. We've got other little bits and pieces in the Dragon, other bits like that. And then over on this side, we have got all sorts of different bits and pieces as well. So this was done in the first upload. None of this looked the same either. We've got a strip where I need to put a custom road in. So that is all basically done. And then we have got a Harry Potter Easter egg, because this is a hybrid area. So this land is all to do with the Lego Movie 2. So we've got the big Joker thing up there, which will be going on the Harry Potter stand with the track that goes underneath. I need to figure out what I'm going to put in front of the Jazz Club. Then obviously we've got the artwork up a while ago. We repainted the wall and we've done lots and lots of different bits and pieces. But obviously this is supposed to be a full-blown theme park. And I think we are starting to get there, because when that track comes in on that bit and we raise some bits and pieces up, that's going to look very theme park based. This is by far the best we've ever got to look at as a land with it being a theme park, because the red roller coaster moved because that was on this side and we created all this space over here. As we wrap round, we have then got like a little haunted section, because a haunted house has gone in. And we've got the Stranger Things with a little bit of an Easter egg from there. But what I want to try and achieve in this upload is, well, getting those little bits and pieces in, which should be easy enough. I have created a little bit of a walkway so I can actually walk down now, because all the broken tubs for Ninjago are there, and then we've just got broken stuff here because we were in the process of putting the Winter Village together, which I am doing slowly in the background. And this is taking forever to try and rebuild all of the Ninjago stuff after I fell through that table. It's just been an endless disaster with that. But this carousel has been a swine for a long time. It needs to be repaired at the bottom, because every time I move it, something else falls off. It is a beautiful looking set. It is fully complete, but all the pieces that are missing will be somewhere underneath the table, which will all get a deep clean once the Ninjago stuff is built. But I am going to try and get that into that corner. Now that is, as you can quite clearly tell, an afterthought, because I have put everything else in front of it. So some of this stuff will have to move, and I will have to try and get that in the back, because if I can fit that in the corner, it will sit there nicely. You'll be able to see it from here, so it'll be okay. It's big enough, but at the same time, it just sort of kind of serves a purpose over there. You can again see some different bits and pieces as you go down from there. Now those 2 bits that are in that corner, they'll need to be pulled out, because you've got a fresh store, and then there is a endgame compound just there as well. So we'll either put the compound just here, or we will do something a little bit different with these, because if you can see, we have got a row of townhouses, and the new Burrows set, which is technically a house, is coming out soon. So it might have already come out by the time this gets uploaded. So I am umming and ahhing whether to just add that in here so it just completes our street, because we are missing basically a townhouse type building. Now I do have the pet store over on this side, but I think that will stay there. So you can see what this is going to be like. This video is literally going to turn into, does that unit look better over there? Should I pull that one over? There's not much to swap really at the moment, I don't think. I think everything is set in stone. So I will get some empty base plates, put those base plates down, and then we can then hopefully move the Jurassic Park gates and then figure out what we're going to do with the new X-Men display, which is obviously being announced or rumoured. We say it's rumoured. It's going to be coming at the end of this year. And I want to have roller coaster track all the way around that house like we have done here, because we have got the loop with this, so this is going to be like an Avengers type display. Then we have got a Daily Bugle Spidey middle, because that is the plan with that, because I'm going to put all the villains on this track. Then we've got the haunted house, so I'm going to match up the haunted house villains with all the D&D stuff and link it in with the Stranger Things and just have that as like a trio of things. The Ghostbuster will just be standalone, because that is a laser shooter ride in Dubai. The D&D set, after finding that out, is actually a roller coaster ride at the start of the actual TV show. The Daily Bugle doubles up as a ride at Universal. The only thing that is theming is obviously the Avengers Tower, and then we just got the coasters and things like that. So we are trying to make this as a full-blown theme park. So as you can tell, there is lots and lots to do within this upload. So with that being said, let's get to it. So we got two ways to do this. We either do it cleverly, where we put the hardest thing in first, or we worry about that right at the end and I just enjoy the morning and pretend I don't need to do that, because there's just bits and pieces that I need to put on the rooftop. I just need to tidy some bits and pieces up. There might be one or two things I need to repair, because like that, for example, that has fallen off overnight. I don't even know where that piece has gone. That was there yesterday, so potentially that was on the roof hatch and that's now fallen down. It's just that easy. When you keep moving bits and pieces, you knock something and it falls off. So I don't know whether to start this end and go that way, or start that end and come this way, but there is other options that we've got, because when we get up to here, we've now got all of this space, and I want to do something with this, because all of this was taken up. We've got that corner of stuff that was going to be our little beachy area, and then in the next upload that will follow, I think we'll get to that top end, come up with an idea for that, and then finally we can get this all cleared up, get underneath for all the Star Warsy stuff, and figure out what we're going to do with all of this, because these units are going to be coming out, and I will be putting a table base down and making some bigger dioramas within that. So there's lots and lots of different uploads to come. So I do want to basically, every time we do a video, it will finish complete as such. So what this looks like now, I want to prep that bit for and get the bits and pieces in. Right, fantastic. So let's find a home for you, because every single time I move stuff, we've got to put you in a different location. Top of the loop coaster, that might work. Who knows? So we have got different options. We're going to do a Spidey thing. Let's get the dragon on and get the D&D corner sorted, just to make sure that this will actually fit. Now I've repaired his mouth, because his face keeps coming off, so the jaw keeps coming off on this. And this is a really nice thing. And I thought maybe having a little Harry Potter egg just here, like the burrows at this end, you would link in with the Ghostbusters, D&D, Stranger Things, haunted stuff, and it's just a little bit of an Easter egg, just with the characters that come with it, because of what we've done over there. And then maybe put the Harry Potter castle and bring that out of retirement and put that as a main display with an actual laser show further back, because we've got the Disney castle for Disney. I kind of think we need the Harry Potter castle underneath. And if you've seen any of the videos on the Global Life Travels channel, you'll understand exactly what I am trying to do. Now, apparently this just rests. I say this every single time. I cannot get this actually to work. But I don't know whether to put this on top of the Ghostbuster thing, or put it here, or have it half and half on the Stranger Things. I know you just wrap it, basically you bodge it and you wrap the tail around, is what I do believe you do. Because that is 100%. It looks fantastic there, but it's just just looks like it's gonna fall off. It just doesn't look good enough. Now I think that is the very, very end piece of the tail. I was wondering what this bit was here. Yes, it is. So that bit goes, just drop that through between the table gap. So that bit will never ever be found again. I don't think. That is not a good start to this video. Right, so I need to find that, and I need to add that one piece. You've just seen it drop, I think. I think you're facing the right way, unless you're spinning around on the track, which you might be. I can't quite tell what you are actually looking at, so we will see. But that is hopefully now on. I think you're there. I don't know. So that is on it. He is just literally stood dangling. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Sturdy enough, but if I need to move it, I'm not too sure. I've got to remember to take it off. So yes, that gap, this tiny little gap just here, because I didn't push the tables together, the piece just slipped out my hand. It's gone straight through the tiny gap just there, and it's underneath in another box now, which I've got to go through all those boxes which are full of spare pieces. Now, I did say, I think in the last upload, I needed to sort this bit out because we've got a bit of a gap just here because the bit at the back, and ideally, if I took that bit at the back off, I could push this flush to the building and save a little bit of space. And I still think that is the better option to do. But I just don't want to lose those pieces. So I will do that at some point, but probably not in this upload. But that is what that looks like with that on. The second you add the dragon, it makes a huge difference. Now I have put in all the other characters. So all of these are here. I've got the spare heads, which is a bit of a weird thing. So I've got all the spare heads piled up there. So if you didn't realise, you get alternate faces and heads with all of the minifigures. So you get some really cool little prints with those. Now the next thing is to add to this is going to be the other little monsters. Now, if I don't push this in tight and I just tile it and leave that space there, it might leave enough space for these here. So we've got these cool little things just there, so we want to get these in. Obviously I think this is everybody's favourite one, so we've got that one just there. I will grab the others as we go. So I was a bit more prepared for this upload as such, because the last one was an absolute disaster. So we've got this thing just here. So again, it's just figuring out where you can put them and how you can stand them and where they will go. So like that, for example, that one can just go up on there. I don't think I'd be able to do that if I took the back off. So yeah, that's something that we'll have to have a play with and have to have a think about. Now the chest is quite important because it's got all the spare pieces in. So this was the giveaway purchase, which normally I don't care about unless it is linked to the set, but this I was thinking, well, it's not going to do much, but I think this will need to go around the back because it has those spare pieces in. So if I did take that off, see, that just sits there perfectly, so I can just put that around the back. It's got my spare pieces in and it doesn't make a difference, and it could be theming for the queue line. And obviously this is all going to be theming and all tiled and base plated as it wraps around to the front of the haunted house, which is obviously another ride. So we've got plenty of rides just in there. But the second that dragon goes on, it has to be there, because without that dragon, when you're playing like a D&D game and you are doing it with the dice and things, then obviously it makes sense that you have the dragon off, but I think it adds so much to it, and it's just a really nice bright colour. I don't know how well it comes through in the camera, but hopefully that looks quite clean and smart. Right, anything else from D&D before we move on to the next thing? No, so that is all of the D&D 100% done. So there's other stuff over here. So we have got the Batmobiles to add, we've got figures to add, we've got things to do over on this side. So this again might be one of those waffly long uploads, but keep your eyes peeled for this, because this is actually rendering in the background. So there's quite a lot of content to be coming over the next sort of week or two, hopefully, with regards to updates in here and this kind of thing. So what I am going to do, because this is about to tell me it's finished, is I'm going to turn the camera off very, very quickly, get this uploading now. There we go. Get this uploading now to YouTube, because this is now going to take about an hour and a half to 2 hours, not a little bit longer to get on. So you'll have something to watch tonight. And just like that, it is going to take 1 hour and 55 minutes before I can even do anything. And it's a long process. That was a hair. I wasn't blowing you a kiss. So that's how long these take. It was 28 gigabytes, that file, because I upload everything in 4K. I'm stupid. So we were here, weren't we? So we were getting these bits and pieces done. I might keep this up at the top and have one of everything on top of the Ghostbuster Firehouse, and then have maybe the team, because I think I want more than this one flying around. I kind of want to give that illusion of a battle going around. Remember, it's all theming for the theme park. I don't know whether just to have them flying around everywhere or just keep it stuck to that section, because that's kind of what you would do in a theme park. Obviously it keeps the price down as well, but I think with regards to how big this is, I think it looks better on the roof than it would do down there, because it kind of looks lost. It's a big thing, but it's around, everything is huge. So you've got to remember, I've got some of the tallest sets going at the moment. So everything does look nice in scale. So this thing is fantastic. And this is the one that comes with the Avengers Tower. Now there is a pack out where you can just get one of these. Maybe if it drops into the sale, I might get a second. And then just have the crew, because I have got 2 lots. I've got the team here, and then I've got the team that comes with the house up on there. So you've got all the different packs and everything, and you've got the car. So I've got the car in here. So I don't know whether to have a multi-battle thing going on. I don't know whether to have the car pulled out a little bit more, because this thing is amazing. As you can see, look at the size of this thing. So I could just have this chilling out at the front, and then again, if I got the Burrows as a bit of an Easter egg, we could just have a Ford Anglia, and it's just in here somewhere, because we have got the downtown diner car which will be parked out the front, and I will put the blue one behind it, maybe angled, because that is what they do for the photo opportunities at the theme park. So remember, I am doing this as a theme park setting rather than an actual conventional city, and this is how it would be. All the different heights, all the different things, lots of stuff on the rooftops. That's why when I'm walking around the theme parks, I'm always looking up and around, because you don't just walk around with it straight. You've got to go up, you've got to go down. So yeah, sometimes it might look like it feeling a little bit seasick doing it, but there is so much on the rooftop, so much on the floor. That is what I am trying to copy. Now, I think when the new D&D figures come out, because I am doing this before the CMF series, and the CMF series, I do believe it's Monday. So a week today is when all the new stuff comes out, because it is a bank holiday Monday today. So I've got the opportunity to do this. I think we can make a nice display out the front. So I don't know whether just to try and get like a bit of blue just here and maybe wrap it round and just have this as blue. I did say in the last upload that I'm missing, I guess it's maybe like an 8 stud. I've no idea where that's gone. I don't even recognise it falling off, because it got moved over there and went underneath, and it was in a different location first. So it would have pinged off somewhere at some point, but I am 100% sure there's gremlins up here where things just end up flying off and doing bits and pieces. Now again, I want to try and group the characters together, but I want them all on show, because I know there's some great see, that happens all the time. There's some great minifigures within this set. That is going to annoy me, because I think that goes, it does, yeah, fine. So if I just put them on the rooftop for now, because that is actually where they are, put that where it should go, which is actually here. So that's actually fell off a while back. So that is in there. So that is in its right position. These minifigures are fantastic, and we can have different battles maybe going up on the roof. I'll get this off the stand, put the stand inside the house so it doesn't get lost. Magneto obviously needs to go over with the X-Men Quinjet, and then that'll be where that area will be. So you can see what I am going to try and achieve within this. Now the dragon has to stay there. So I'll have the eyeball on the stand there. So at the moment we've got that up top. That doesn't look too bad, does it? One dragon coming down. We'll have Thor up on the roof. I'll put you there. I think you can see. So which Thor do we have? We have the big Thor with his huge hammer. He can be stood there. This thing is massive, so that can be stood just on that one. How is the best way to hold this? Because this really is a very, very large attachment. Might need to put him on a stud so I can actually spin him around a bit, but he can be there, I think. There's a ghost that I can plonk in. See, this is the cool thing. If I don't have the buildings touching, I can then obviously put the ghosts back in, because that should just be flying around on the side. And there's a pink one somewhere, which I think, again, is in the building, because I've tried to keep all the bits and pieces together. So as this expands, that would be quite nice to have the pink one there. Obviously, we've got Slimer at the front, who looks great up on that bit. So maybe I just don't close the gap, so it allows me to do that. So that's a decision. That's a decision made. We can have that little overlap on the two. I'll take them off and have them shooting this thing. So we'll have, for now, I'll just keep them on the stand, and it will just remind me to do that, because we can make a little diorama with them. Those two can just stay up on the roof, and then this thought can just come over here for now. He can be part of something that isn't part, and then we'll make another rooftop diorama on there. So obviously you can see how long this takes. And this is the kind of thing I find actually really relaxing and enjoy. I actually enjoy making the dioramas and putting these together like this. I just hate building the bits and having to repair stuff. If I could have somebody that could build the sets for me and repair the sets, that would be fantastic. But I have a funny feeling there's some of the minifigures in there, and I think I'm going to need them. So we are going to take the roof off for the first time in ages. And we might as well do this one properly, and then we will worry about all of the other dioramas as we go. We'll just get everything placed. I'm not going to rush. It's going to be a long upload, so I do apologise in advance. But we will make this work, I think. So this thing is very, very special. And if you ever get the opportunity, just to either build it and send it back, because I know I said I don't potentially find the building side of it annoying, but this was amazing to build. I need two hands, so you're going back there. This is coming off with me. So careful with some of these. Just putting that on at something so it doesn't fall off and break, which is great. Now the detail on this is, well, it's just insane. Absolutely insane. Now this obviously does open up fully. It parts itself off, and we have got another member of the team just there, and then there's another member of the team a little bit further down, I do believe, and then we've got the receptionist just down there. So they are all out, but you've got all this detail in here. I don't think I am going to see what I've actually got here, because it comes off quite cleverly, because the half comes off and the other bit, the other flap opens up, so it does come off in stages. So you've got all of the beds, all the other little bits and pieces. So no, I think it's just the one figure, because the Bill Murray character, I know where he is, so that's all right. So yeah, because that's what's on there. Because at the time of this being done, again, you've just got the three of them on the artwork. And I think you've only got 3 lockers as well. So I think maybe actually this is, the car is the only one where you get all 4 characters in, and maybe the Ghostbuster Firehouse only comes with the 3. I know there's a difference between the two, and I can't quite remember what it is. So again, if we took very, very carefully now, strip this one down just to make sure that there's no minifigures in here. So again, this next piece just comes off like so, and you have a full working garage where the car fits in. You've got the reception desk at the back, which is tipped over, but I don't think I need to hide any of the figures in there, because I do want them all on show. I think that'd be the best thing to do. We could have 2 teams out, and that's, yeah, I'm sure we can have 2 teams out. Well, we have 1 team in here, and we have 1 team on the roof. Is that just going to look weird? Do we do a Disney rule where you can only see 1 character at the same time, or do we not care and we just make up our own rules as we go? So that just sits in nicely back on there. Now, if we're going to put them in, I might as well put them on the top level and have them all together, because if I am going to do the team up on the roof, I'm not too sure they've got different outfits. And I say this because one is a Lego Ideas, and one isn't. So we've got all 4 of them there, as you can see. And then up on here, we have got them with the protein packs as well. So protein pack is obviously going to be needed. Do have the bit for the protein pack on the back, but I don't think they fit it. Can't quite remember unless they're in the building somewhere. So we'll go for T number 1, number 2, and number... Got different hair pieces as well. This is confusing me a little bit now. So those 2 are definitely... That one and that one is the same. Which means those 2 are supposed to be Bill Murray's character, but one's got a good hairpiece and one's got a really weird hairpiece. Because these have got the exact same faces on. I think I prefer the slime. Oh, you've gone. She's got different hair colour. Oh no, they are different. Slightly different at the top. They've just got a different bit at the top. I think I prefer this one because you got the slime on his face. So I will keep that one out. And we might do a bit of head changing, I think. So what we're going to have on the rooftop, I guess these will be the car. I think. I'll do a bit of research off camera on that, because I am a little bit confused as to why that one is that one, that one is that one, and that one is that one. I think maybe they just gave us a different facial expression on it. I think the Ghostbuster Firehouse only came with 3. Mate, I don't know why. Because at the start of the film, there is only 3 of them, and then they hire the 4th member, which is this one just here, don't they? So they hire this chap. Now, if I wanted to do some proper research, I've got a very funny feeling the locker on the inside of this, there's only 3 lockers. Do I take it off? I am, yeah. So this is going to bug me. I think. I am so stupid for doing this because I just do not want to break it. But I am sure that there is only 3 lockers in here. On the side, just down there, behind the fire door. So these doors, these are amazing, do open and close, yes. There is only 3 lockers. I do need some light on it because I don't want to take the other bit off, because that's the other bit is the bit that opens. So you could see it really, really easy, but you can't. So there's your 3 lockers in there. Yes, they don't have all 4, and you can see you've got all the other little bits in there. So yes, they would have only given you the three. Wow. So I keep all 4 of them out, and I just have the splattered one with. I swap the pack over, and those 3 can play Paul. So let's put those back, and then we can carry on, because this video is already going to be long enough. But yes, that is a working toilet and sink, by the way, if you did spot that. So there is a toilet and sink in that bit just there, and yes, it is all glowing green. So instead of it being brown poop like they put with all the Ninjago stuff, way back when, they did put all that kind of thing in, and they were doing it differently with really bright colours. No, it's not gone well. Don't want you to do that. That's in. So yeah, that door opens up. That's the team of 4, that's the team of 3. I will keep all of them out and mess around with that later on. And they can all stand on the roof for now. Now, the roof looks flimsy. I know it looks flimsy, but it is flimsy. but it's because it actually unclips. So the roof here is clipped in on that bit, and it's clipped in on that bit. If you wanted to open all of this up with the roof on, you can do, and you can open up this piece with the roof on. So you don't have to take the roof off, if I remember rightly. Now see, it was a long time ago since I did it, but I think that is the way. But it is obviously sturdy enough to have all of these on. So I'll get these back up, get the Thor back on there, which, yeah, that looks nice from there. The team of 4 can go there, Matt can go up on there, and then these 3 can be stood with these 2. And what I will do is figure out exactly what I can do with these. Because you can either have a team on the roof or a team by the car. I could put just the spare team in the car or put them back in the building, so I know where they are. But I probably want all the proton packs somewhere. And then we do have her as well. So that, I do believe, is all the minifigures bar 1. I know where the other one is. That is the other little character where he's got the evil... Oh no, that is him. So I think that might be all of them. I think there might be 6. And then you get the aliens. Or the monsters and ghosts. Well, anyway, that was an unexpected 10 minutes of looking at this. So that is the little rooftop display. This is the kind of thing I want to be doing around the whole thing. This sort of detail. So I will be doing, I think, a separate upload for that. We'll get them in rough, because the Spidey display is going to take ages to do, and we're going to be doing that kind of thing and bouncing ideas around in the comment section as well. Just little sets that have the minifigures in, for example, like the little cars that I tend to avoid because I don't need the vehicle, but then I could just backtrack the minifigures to be able to do something, well, just as simple as that. Get those off, shooting that, get some, I want some blast effects coming out. I think there'll be some sort of other thing that you can put in there. Get the other ghost off the side, because I know that's in the storage box, or yeah, it's definitely in the storage box, because I thought it was underneath here, but it's not. So that's that there. Side door all works, but we can put the Ecto 1 car sticking out, I think, a little bit more. So we have that like that, so we can see it a little bit more. I think that looks nice and effective. And then if I do put a taller building here, we're still going to see it down the street, and I can see it clearly from here as well, because that's the advantage of having these cut-ins. And yes, I will give it all a big clean, because these were all up on the top shelf, and the amount of brick dust that comes off, it's not healthy whatsoever. Right, that's still got weeks and weeks and weeks. Right, I need to double check the instructions. Going back to this, I need to double check the instructions. I think I flipped this around the other way, so I think that is actually supposed to be on that side with the one-way strip. So take that with a pinch of salt, because I know that's on the wrong side, because it was up on the other way and we did have a road going past it. So there are some corrections that I need to make. Now the taxi, that is obviously there, so that's simple enough. So the second you start adding stuff like that in, that works quite nicely. Let's get you back up on there, get you forward. Again, I'm just hoping for the best, that you can actually see stuff. I don't think you can see where it's going, but I think you get an idea. I've got these 2 little things, which are these little fairgroundy bits. So these little fairgroundy bits, like the little pay-to-plays and stuff, that could go there for now, but I can see me putting something there for now. And the other thing is the He-Man castle. That He-Man castle now might look quite nice where the T-Rex is. So if I had the Snake Mountain and the He-Man castle side by side, so you've got 5 horror bits. I just don't know if that would leave me enough space for the X-Men mansion at the end. So there is potential that He-Man castle can come over, and I think it would look quite nice. So if the Jurassic Park went over, the only thing that's going to be over there is just going to be the Rivendell and the Jurassic Park. So I have got Snake Mountain. I've got the nice purple. I think the theming of the He-Man castle would work with the D&D. This is all different bits So it's that sort of thing. I am a big horror fan as well, so we'll try and make that work. Are you gonna stay? I think you're gonna stay. Right, moving on to the Quinjet. So that Quinjet, we need Magneto stood on the top. I think the rest of them are in it. So there's two figs there. One fig is out. Where has she gone? We will hunt her down. So this can live just there, because that is, we're going to make some sort of display with that. This one is from here, so you can stand on the roof for now. Batman minifigure, Batman minifigure, Batman minifigure. The car display, we can do that next. It's going to go on this side, I think. So that is going to go on this side. This is going to be a big reach, this one. We'll do that one after, because that has to go on the roller coaster. And I don't want to put that up yet until I get those two out. So that'll be the next thing after this. 32 by 32, there's one there. I've got any plain ones? There's one plain one there. How many do we need? So that is one plain to two plain. And then I can figure out what I want to do with it. It's either plain or road plates. Because I have got quite a lot of road plates, I'm not too sure. Well, I can't do anything with them. So if I ever wanted to do any sort of mills things and raise them up, because I've got the old big... Just don't know if that works, or... Because it is technically going to be a car museum, can I just make it out that it's on a road? That went like that. That went like that. Yeah. I don't think that looks stupid, because it is its own display. So yes, they can have a road walk round, and it saves me those 32 by 32 base plates then. The Batman vehicle could go on that road plate. The tumbler can go on that road plate. Ah, see, it's just adding those last little bits of detail. See, let me spin a light all the way round. I do need to probably stronger bulbs in here, to be honest. There and there, so that's a little bit brighter. So just things like that, just plonking them straight up and on, just putting the two row plates down, put some stuff around it so you can't touch it. It now works, I think. So just that on there works really well. That there, I could mirror it. I could do the same thing on that one, just put another row plate down, because we have got the bikes, so they're from the Batman as well. So we could have that kind of display, figure out what we can make them look a little bit cleaner, maybe. Maybe they can stand there, or maybe down the side. We could have one maybe either side. Yeah. It's just an instant like initial, that looks really clean, that fills it in, it's on the row plates, so that does look quite smart. If I can make it work to the stud, which has never happened yet in my life, I might be able to move this over, get that up on the stand, still get the eyeball in, so the Lord of the Rings eyeball will go up on here, and I can have two clear row plates in front of this, because we have got this one which will need to be parked, and then we're going to have the animated series car as well. That instantly looks like the walkthrough at Hollywood. So check that one out, because that is on the Global Life Travels channel. So if you are into your Batman stuff, there is a full walk round with all the vehicles there. And that is how they had them. They had them all angled, all laid out, the bikes were quite close to the cars, if I remember rightly. They did have like a big boat thing there as well. Does mean I can add all the other minifigures up on that bit, so we can have a nice little plane, a nice little display up on there. So if I leave you there, let me find 2 more row plates. Because I have got row plates everywhere, which is handy. How to find them though is a different story. Because I think it would look quite nice. I can't find them now. If they were all road plated, actual plates. So that isn't a road. That's not a road plate. That's not a road. That's 3 straights. That's the one that I've got over there, but it's got tiles on. I'm feeling too lazy to take all the tiles off. There's 2 basic greys. Got the airport tiles. There we go. Simple as that. I've got so many of them because I did have the original one was all of these. It was the big ones, and they were not the cheapest of things to get. So we can now make this work. I think this would look quite nice. We have got all of these minifigures. Could be just dotted in there. There's your penguin. Maybe we actually use the minifigures down there as well. There's your scarecrow. There's another penguin. Bruce Wayne and Alfred are up there. Yeah, that instantly adds in some nice bits and pieces. That's the back for the Joker bit. There's a little bit of TLC. A little bit of TLC needed on this one if you didn't understand the risk of me doing what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll just do the exact same thing. It's a road out the other way. So put you there. Put that there. That is there. That is on there. Just going to do a bit of working out and wiggling with this, but I think we can definitely make that work, because that could be side on, the next one could be angled, so it could be mirrored. Batman and the Joker are sat there, so you can have your photo taken with those. It does add a little bit of colour, so the cape can be flying around in the wind. And that's that. That is, if I step back, what that is starting to look like. I know we need something in the middle. I think what I might have to do is put my own custom one in. Might have to make a smaller one just underneath it, just to tidy that up. Just figure out exactly what to do with that. But I'm in an hour in what to do with this bit. But I have said for a long time a car museum or a vehicle museum would work nicely. And yeah, when you start to add in all the characters in and around that, I think that's going to look really nice. And like I said, there is the animated car that will go here. These are all the pieces that fell off this in the last move. But that, hopefully you get a rough idea of what that is starting to look like. So that hopefully is coming through on the camera okay. Corner garret, that can just go there. That's fine, so that's living on that bit. Right, next one. Now we'll do the horrible stuff now. We'll do the horrible stuff, because I know I've been putting this off. Not done too bad so far. We've actually made some sort of progress in this. No, stood back. Yeah, that looks really nice. Nice little Batman thing going into the ride. So that's obviously the Joker ride, and then obviously this is just the a hybrid of an Easter egg of Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, because obviously that is what the Lego Batman movie is. And then we've just got a walk around, which is what you have for theming in the theme parks. Nice and effective, nice and simple. Right, this isn't going to be simple because I've got lights on the floor, I've got stuff absolutely everywhere, I've got old stuff. All of this is now going to have to be shunted and moved around. I just don't know how I can reach. I'm not gonna lie, don't know how I can get that in this corner and if it's going to fit. That is the problem. Quite a big problem, to be honest. Quite a big problem. I do not really want to move the loop coaster, let's be honest. Of all the things to move, it's probably not the greatest thing to try and attempt. But I am struggling. But it is so long. Oh, I don't know if it's going to fit. I don't know if it's going to fit. Right, I'm going to eyeball this before I do it because I do not want to get this wrong. I can see the battery's about to run out as well. And I'll plonk you back up on the shelf. And then, yeah, we'll start the risky stuff. So the new battery is in, and I don't think I've got a choice but to move this. I don't think I have any choice whatsoever. So I am just going to hope. So I can see how much I'm struggling to reach around. This terrified me when I moved it last time. You're close enough to see how big this thing is now, so here we go. If this drops, you will see me cry, properly cry. I don't even know how to stand. Just I think being a little bit silly, because if I pushed, I just got this one out of the way, I might be able to make my life a little bit easier with it. But it makes a huge difference with a little bit of lighting, nice little base plate. I'm amazed actually how nice that Batman looks from here. That looks very, very clean. So yeah, it's a really nice walk-through attraction. So finally achieved that. Don't like this, don't like this, don't like this. Concentration on my face. Oh my days. Terrified is not even close. Right, that is stage number 1, and the Hulk didn't fall off, so not too bad. That is all of the minifigures and the bits and pieces from there. That is what I couldn't reach, which is just the little Avengers-y thing. And then the next one, which I couldn't reach. Oh, don't knock it. Which is that one, which is the little fresh store, which I know I need eateries and stuff around, so I think we can definitely make that work. Good news, carousel's going to fit. Bad news, it's not going to fit. It's going to be oof, I don't like it. That's as much as I can give. Hopefully that's enough space. Don't hit anything, don't hit anything, don't drop it. Don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. That's really awkward, because you can't see from there, but the table isn't straight on the wood. Oh, did not like that at all. If I push that as far as it will go, get that back in, and then I'll pull that back how it should be, I think, he says, that'll go back in, and you can actually see that clearly from there. I should really repair it. But I think what I'm going to do is be really stupid, and I'm going to repair it where it is by climbing up onto the wood, because I don't think I can oh, I might be able to. Don't particularly want to do what I'm about to do now, which is this, because I'm going to rip the base off. Yeah, it's not going to end well. That's not going to end well, so that needs a little bit of food for thought, I think. But I've got to try and get this in. So there's no point, there's no point repairing it unless, because if this doesn't fit back, we're in trouble. Right, deep breath. Everybody hold the breath. Don't like this. Oh, that sucked. Let's not do that again. But it's in. So it fits, it's fine. Oh dear, I don't know what I was worried about. So I think if I climbed up on this, because this is actually solid wood, not a silly table, I'm going to push that over anyway. I think I can just climb round and reach over and get to the base of that one. And basically repair it. And then when it all gets tiled or it gets some bits and pieces done to it, I think we should be all right. But you can see there's a little bit of wasted space in that far corner table. So when I lean over there, I think I might put something in that far corner as well. And potentially the easier thing to do is actually climb under the table and stick my head through and put it there. Actually, I could repair it that way. That's what I might do. Yeah, I'll climb round or I'll do something. I'm not doing that again because that was just too silly. Right, that has taken a tumble. That is repaired. There we go. Simple and as easy as that. Yes, we're running out of stuff up on here. So at the moment it's just going to be the Lord of the Rings. And then we've got the He-Man up on that. I'm happy that that's in. I can... I don't know whether to try and mess around with it now and pull it over or mess around with this. I think this needs to be right at the end of the table so we can see, because it could go further back, but I don't really want that to happen. But I think if I just moved this for a second, I might be able to just do that, push that into the corner, and now I can see, yeah, it just covers that space a little bit better. So we've got a nice little, it's basically a good fill-in. And now, rather than trying to put something in the back corner, I can just put something here and we can build something up on that bit. So that works. That I'm much happier with. I can get that bit repaired because it's the three sides. I think there's one more, and annoyingly that's in the Ninjago box, like half the other stuff is, because some of these things aren't meant to be moved once, let alone moved every single time. But I have actually got a sweat on from doing that, so that's how hard I held my breath for. Now, we've got all these characters, we've got these nice little things here, so we've got like the little, this is the option now. Actually, doing that, I have got a little option. I could bring these little things forward and have them outside the front of this. We've got like a nice little park bench and a nice little area of the minifigures and things. It just happens to be outside the front of the Avengers bit. So we could have that there, for example. We could have the balloon thing just there. We've got the pretzel bit just there. Obviously put a base plate down in it. Put these minifigures in here, or put some Avengers characters in there. Loki obviously needs to go back up on that bit. I don't think that's going to look too bad. I don't think. Because again, I'll make it look like a theme park. So the balloon person could just go anywhere, but these little things could go, yeah, either side. Put the balloon guy in the middle. Yep, drop that. But yes, that would fit. So yeah, we could have a little a small little funfair diorama just there in front of this. So I could edge this back as far as I need to, but it does mean we can't go any further because obviously we're at the edge of the table here. So whatever will fit in there will fit. So once this head gets moved, and that's going to be one of the last things I probably do within this upload, and then I'm just going to start to tidy up, and then we start making some more dioramas, because you can see how long this is taking. Because I don't actually know how long we've been going for. We've been going probably 45 minutes, I would imagine, ish at the moment. So we've got some other bits and pieces to have a play with. But this is the next calling card. Slowly starting to come together, and then I can find the other cards, because they're in boxes and stuff where a load of stuff got damaged and just all got thrown in. That, I think, that needs to go straight on a base plate. How big a gap is that before we move on, because I don't want to ruin this. We have to go buy a base plate of that, and then we can push it back. So we need a 32 by 16 base plate, or 2 green base plates, or 2 of something, just to fit all of these on. It needs to be grey, really, not green. What about grey? Right, that's there to remind me. I can do that. I might do that off camera, because I need to find the smaller ones. I've used loads of them. That's the problem. So I've used them all for these roads, but I'm going to have to take some of them off. So I've got one here that we use for an old display. So I could have the long, painstaking process of actually mixing that up. But then that does give me the perfect spacing. So we'll end the video spacing all of these perfectly. See, we've got 32 studs here, and then we can pick and choose what we're going to do with that. But now it is time for this to go over. And again, I'm going to have the same problem, because I'm going to struggle to reach. So this did, for now, and it did before, just rest here. Now, I do some really stupid things. Do not fall off, and do not break the track. So yes, that can go up there. I need 2 hands to spin that around, but I think I can actually get 2 hands on it. Oh. You can actually see what it is. That's that. So that gives it a little bit of height. And after the plan is, in fact now because it's moved, that would actually be even better. I can actually raise that up off the track, and it would actually still be a working thing. So that's going to have to be probably its own separate upload, because it's going to take me ages to figure that out, because I am an absolute moron. But we have got loads of options with different cars, different bits and pieces in here, and we can add all the other Spidey stuff in. Obviously we had the rings and stuff that was actually coming off that one, I think, and then I think we might have moved it to somewhere else. So we have got options of putting things like this basically dotted all over the track, because you can see we've got the Spidey's web. So this is going to need a good bit of TLC, which will be done in a completely separate thing. So I just wanted to place them, not spend this huge amount of time with what's worse. So let's just recap. D&D done for now. Dragon looks fantastic. Strange Things has all the characters where it needs to be. There isn't a rogue Indiana Jones character just there, so that needs to come off. All of those are grouped together. The car's being pulled out, so that is good. We can just start making more displays that looked great on that side. Yes, we haven't finished yet. We've still got stuff to move, haven't we? So we've got to get this in. Oh, I just stood on a piece. Ow. Where can we put you? Can we stand on there? You might stand on there. Because he does fight on a rooftop at some point. I'm not too sure if that's... his hips are just a little bit too wide. So he's never, ever standing on there. And he's not going to stand on there either. That's perfect for minifigures, not fantastic for this. So that is a straight no. Oh, it's easy enough. He just stands down there. Yeah, there you go. Stands down there for now. I can place him a little bit better later, because I don't think he looks right there. Might get him off the building. I'll get him somewhere. Where? I don't know. The end would say punching that, but that is actually not correct, because he is up there, the Hulk. So I do want to make some dioramas with the characters up there, like we've started to do with this rooftop just up on here. So that's going to be done. Alright, fine. So we are in good stead for that. Moving over to here. So the Jurassic Park and the T-Rex needs to move. I'm going to clear this table off now. So that leaves us ready for the next phase, which will be the X-Men mansion with, I think, the space coaster and the robot coaster, because I think both of them side by side would be cool, because we can theme both of them to the X-Men, because we can have like a Galactus / Sentinel type production line, the one side with the actual coaster made up, so that'd be the theming. The X-Men mansion could basically be the queue line into it, and then the big space coaster, but that takes up it takes up like half a table, if not more. I will do that to the other variation of the table, and I think we should be able to fit them all on there. Now it's going to be tight, but I have got this the alien diner. I thought we could just have a little bit of an eatery with a little bit of theming through on the front, so I think that might work. Now I could just throw that. Might just throw that over. I'll bring that just over here and then worry about it later, because I want to be able to stand here and reach the He-Man castle and these bits and get these base plated down, so that can be done at a different time. But I think with this, because this thing is massive, that will need to have a bit of thought, because this is quite a key thing with regards to all of the Universal theme parks. These are the actual He-Man characters, so they're the cast, so that's great. So you've got stuff like this dotted all over the place. So we've got him, we've got all these things that need to come over. So that's why I want to go over the smaller stuff on the next upload, bigger stuff on this one, smaller stuff on the other. How they've made it over here. I've got Jason Voorhees just chilling out over here. You can come straight over to the horror section, so you can go in the horror house. So that can actually, this little horror house, which I'll show you after, which I got from Canada, meeting up with Mr. Saturday Ave, can be tucked. Just there's a little bit of an Easter egg. That'd be nice. Oh, the dust. Right, that is the minifigure from the museum. So they're now back together. Fantastic. That is a tape measure. That shouldn't be there. That is the Hulk. That is something from the Stranger Things thing. So that clearly should go like, yep, just like that, because that's the base for it. Spare pieces of something. I'll put them in there and forget that they're there. I don't know if you can see, but I'm stood over the latch, and this is always a bit of a fruity one to try and do. Now, I have got the I think it's definitely fallen off this. Definitely fallen off this. I have got the gaming truck and the space truck. So when we start to go underneath the tables, they'll be added in for more arcadey type things. But yes, for now, because when I've got enough space to stand here, I'll be able to easily move all of this, but I can't reach. So we've got to figure out if we're going to do like a castle thing or we're going to do something there. That is, I know where that's from. That is from, ow, that's from there. It's bright yellow. That's a tape measure. That is, that shouldn't be there. So that is the space thing that I was talking about. In fact, there's some of the track from it, because this thing got everywhere as well. So this space ride will go under here, because there's some bits and pieces under here that I need to tuck into and have a bit of fun with, and I need to go through things like this where it's the ticket office and figure out where we're going to put those. But we're making some sort of progress, because that's all been thrown up there. We're not worrying about that for now. That's doing its thing, which is good. I'm ready to get another video done. That is looking quite clean now. That obviously isn't going to be there. That and that and that all needs to go there. So I'm going to repair that and get that built at the same time. That will look nice with the animated car. And I've got all the cars currently that are out. I know there's some from the actual Lego Batman movie that I haven't got, but we'll worry about that at a later date. Vehicle. Yeah, so because I've taken the road off, I just need one or two vehicles really, so we can figure out. We have the diner. That's what we'll do. There, we just have them straight line for now. I'll get the blue one in because the blue one will look nice with the diner. Push these two back, and then that'll be it. So we just have the 4 vehicles down there. We have the other side of the road completely clear, because obviously we could, if we wanted to, have them staggered like that, but I don't know what looks better. Either or really, isn't it? So yeah, we can have them in a straight line. For, oh no, I think I actually quite prefer it like that. So we'll have them staggered like so, so you can walk around all of them and see exactly what's going on with all of that. Right, over to the space. This is the space that we have. So we've gained a good amount while doing bits and pieces. I've just pushed everything a little bit tighter together. So this, like I said, is ready for that, potentially that. The actual mansion, I need to get the space coaster out and get that rebuilt into the other thing. Then pick up the new one, put that on that table, so we've got all of the coasters. We've got to have 4 coasters up top. So how many rides are we going to have? 2 roller coasters, a drop tower, a laser shooter, and a dark ride. Plus the 2 new ones. So 7. 7 different rides on the top of these 2 tables. So this is the proper sort of thrill seeker section on this side. And then yes, we will just figure out what we're going to do with that. I will, when I can reach it, figure out what I'm going to do with that He-Man castle, because that could go under the table somewhere else. I don't know whether to have the Rivendell with all water into Jurassic Park. I'm not too sure what to do with that Rivendell set yet. That is the next thing, because now it doesn't work by itself, and I don't know what I can theme it with, so I am going to have a little bit of a think with that. And yes, that was me catching my ankle on the thread. I didn't stand on it, it got caught my sock, so luckily I didn't break it. But we're there for that. Like I said, we just need to relocate the jazz club. I think the front of that's been done, so happy with that. base plate here. That's what we need to do. That's why I keep saying it out loud. I know there's stuff that I'm going to forget. Is that a base plate? Happy days, it is. So we have got... There, look at that for... I finally did a thing. So we could move one or two of these over. I did say about the burrow. So the burrow could... It depends on how wide that thing is, because I don't know if it's on a full base plate. Because if the burrow does work, I would try and get it in. And I think I could go 8 studs that way and have 8 studs that way as a gap either side of the front and gain 32 studs and maybe split something up. I might pull this one out and put the burrow there or whatever. I think it might look quite nice, but I think the burrow needs to go down here somewhere. That's if I end up getting it. Or this just gets relocated and we just have a full strip, because then the 32 by 32 plate comes to there. These all get pushed up. We've got a nice big building on this side, so you can then see all the way around it. So if this was there, for example, and then the road came up, it wouldn't look too bad. That's the extra space that we would get at the back. So we would then have, I think, probably 32 studs, maybe 32 studs outside the front of the Avengers bit, where all of the smaller stuff could go, like all the smaller gaming bits and pieces and things like that. But for now, so it doesn't get damaged, that can go there. And then when I know where it's going to go, I will actually finish it and put in the seats. So I did everything bar that and stopped because I keep end up building loads of other stuff. And the Hulk, well, you for now can go there. But I think, guys, for this upload, that is it, and I am done. There's a serious amount more that I'm going to be doing, but I think it's now going to be adding in all of the little details, and I think just to do, like, the coaster, that's going to take about an hour. Figure out what I'm going to do with that, that's going to take another hour, so they'll just be different uploads. No, they're long, no, they're raw, but it is what it is. But I think with this bit, this would look quite nice. We had the row of townhouses, and maybe the Easter egg to the burrow, because you can see, again, I keep going on about it, but just how neat and tidy that bit is just there, and then it opens up into the road. So we can maybe do something this end as well. I think it might look quite smart, especially going into the D&D stuff and going off into the X-Men stuff. But that is it again, and I am done. So if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.